We can maybe kind of give an overview of what it takes to even qualify to be considered, particularly in the best international feature category.
I think the main thing is the language requirement, and then making sure that you had a theatrical release at home.
And then you have to be selected by a committee that's been approved by the Academy within your country. So the language requirement, as I understand it, is the film has to have a majority non-English dialogue.
I think it's like 51%, yes.
Where is that coming from?
It's complicated, especially from an African perspective where colonial languages dominate. I mean, in Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa, English is the lingua franca. Now, we can say that maybe that then encourages African filmmakers to begin to make films in indigenous languages. If you're in East Africa, maybe it's Swahili. If you're in Nigeria, maybe it's Yoruba, maybe it's Igbo. And the films are being made locally in those languages, but they don't travel. I mean, they're made for local audiences and maybe the diaspora. And obviously, they're not spending $10 million on these films either. They're not traveling, they're not made for international distribution, or they're certainly not made for the Oscars. The category was initially called Best Foreign Language Film, if I don't know if people remember that. And then it wasn't until I think the last 10 years or so when they said, okay, we need to switch it, because they saw the inherent problems with that. What is a foreign language in the United States? Supposedly a melting pot. What does that mean? So they had to change, and they changed it to international feature, but the rules themselves, I don't think, evolved enough as quickly enough as the name change itself, because that is the language requirement is still there. I would eliminate the language requirement. If it's made in a foreign country, it's a foreign film, at least foreign to the U.S., and I think that really should come. It seems like a very simple thing.
And it's international, right? It's saying the reality of the creativity, the lived experience of a place outside the U.S., no matter what language, and in some ways, if you think about the former French colonies, right, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, all these neighbors of Ghana could make a film in the legacy former colonial language in French, and that would still qualify, right? It wouldn't break the rules. So, the English-speaking former colonies are at a disadvantage. And so you're fighting that barrier on top of all the other structural barriers as well.